So I want to solve another problem today. The live, I want to solve it live. It will come out right now. It should be available now. When I refresh, it's time. So yeah, it is available. It is 19th of March 2025 daily LeetCode problem. You are given a binary array nouns. Okay, cool. You can do the following operations on the array any number of times. Choose any three consecutive elements from the array and flip all of them. Flipping an element means changing the value from 0 to 1 or 1 to 0. Return the minimum number of operations required to make all the elements in nums equals to 1. If it is impossible, then return -1. So I'll have to flip them, or maybe let's say I'll have to make all of them to 1. So I'll start with any segment where there will be a 0. So if I flip them, it becomes 1 0 0 1 0 0. So if I write this, let's write this in this. So initially I have this. So after first operation, I will just flip the first three elements. So at once I will have to flip three consecutive elements. So if I flip all of them, then what do I have? I have this. So now if I keep the first one however it was, then I flip the next ones, so it becomes this. And then if I keep the first three like how it was, then I flip the rest of them. So now all of them are 1, and this is basically the answer. But the yeah, I can do it in of n operations like that. That should be it. Yeah. So let's start writing code. What do I do if I, yeah, let's keep let's do a while loop here. If while I is less than nums of size, I move forward, and I will also have to keep track of my number of operations I have used so far. So if I nums of I equals to 1, then I will just do I plus plus. If it is not 1, then I'll have to flip them. So let's see. Okay, is it possible that I might encounter a case where it will take more than n number of operations? Is it possible? Let me find out. Let me try to think of a case where it can happen that I might need more than n operations, and it will make the array all once. How can that be possible? For example, if I have something like 1 1 0, let's say something like this. So it will not take more than one operations, that for sure, more than n operations, but it will be like this. Then I'll do for something like this. But here I am stuck. Because of this. I don't have any other options to go for. Now, is it somehow connected to number of 0? Maybe, or maybe not. Let's see. I had 3 consecutive zeros here. If I try to have a test case where I will have, let's say, 2 consecutive zeros, or maybe 1 consecutive zeros, so it's impossible to get to all elements to 1 if I have 1 0. It's kind of impossible, because whenever I'll flip it, I'll do other two, and whenever I'll do other two, whenever I flip other two, I will get one more different. Like if I flip them, then it becomes another 0. So I will have either 1 0 or 2 zeros. So if I have one consecutive 0, that's the case that happens for every element, I guess it, no matter the number of n, so no matter the value of n. But if I have two consecutive zeros, that's still same, that happens again, once again that happens. But uh, if I have uh, three zeros, that's straightforward, that doesn't happen. But let's say I have something like this and maybe something like this. So if I make it like this, then I'll make something like this, then something like this, and then something like this. So it doesn't happen. So I will have to have three consecutive zeros. If I do not, then it just simply doesn't work. If I move from this way, it's still the same. So I cannot really do that. If I just traverse from left to right and check however I was checking, will it give me a good solution? Will it actually give me a good solution? uh, I guess yes. I guess yes. So 0 1 1 0 1 1 1. I think that should be it. I'll test with some sample test cases later. Let's go for this. So else if I have uh, else if I is less than I plus 3, so I'll have to have I plus 2 is a valid index. I need to have I need to flip 3 consecutive elements. So I plus 2 needs to be a valid index, and so it will have to be less than nums of size. If it is less than nums of size, then I'll do some operations here. If it's not, then I'll return -1. So what operations do? I do something like all right, I'll do like, okay, so I will do them manually. So I'll do nums of I equals to uh, nums of I and 1. Do I do and 1? No, I do not do and 1, but I will do just maybe something like, so how do I revert it? If I have 0, then if I do a or do a XOR operation with it, it becomes 1. If I have 1 and I do a XOR operation with it, it becomes 0. So I'll do just XOR of I'll do XOR operation with the value 0, and then I do the same for 2 more numbers. So I plus 1, then I do it for this I plus 2 and I plus 2. I also have to increment I to the next element. Yes, so that should be my answer, and I'll also have to update my number of operations here. So I will return the number of operations which is stored in the variable answer. Now if I return, what do I get? I get a wrong answer. Output is -1. Okay, so for initially I'm starting with the value 0, so I'm in my first element. If nums of I equals 1, it's not. Then if I plus 2 is less than nums of size, it is. Then nums of I is nums of I XOR 0, it should be 1. Then this should be 0 and 0. So now I am incrementing I plus plus and answer plus plus. So now I'm here and it is making it again 0. It is making it again to 0. So I don't know what's going on here. I need to print the vector to check what's happening. So let me check. So I want to print the vector to debug what is going on, and to do so I'll print the vector in my loop. So initially it was 0 1 1 0 0, and it is not getting changed. Why? If nums of I is not 1, then I'm updating it with 0. So if I have 0, zeros or 0 should give me 1, and ones or 0 should give me 0. So I'm doing it and it's not happening, or what's going on here? Let's see if I am here. Yeah, I was there. I was there, but it's not getting updated. Why? If it's the same, oh sorry, if it's the same it gives me 0. If it's not the same it gives me 1. So I'm really sorry. I'll have to do it with 1. So if they are not same, then I get 1. If let's say if they are same and I get 0, so I'll have to XOR with 1. So I'll get rid of all the debugging stuff, and I'll just make them 1. So let's run it again. Now it works. Let's submit it. I had to test with some test cases. I don't know. Okay, it got accepted. It is in O of n operations. I mean O of n complexity. Can I do it better? Can I do it better than it is O of n complexity? I believe. Yeah, but I'm sure it is O of n operations, O of n time complexity. But can I do it a little better? Can I do it a little better? How can I do it a little better? I I don't think I can do it in less than n operations. So I think that's it.